and he judged Israel. You don't rise to judge Israel by appointment. You rise to judge nations when that spirit is upon you. So the first operation of the Spirit of the Lord is to raise men into kingship. Is to enthrone men experientially in kingly operation. I know the Bible said you have been made kings and priests. But the elements of the Spirit that makes that your everyday experience is when you have both the revelation and the interaction with the Spirit of the Lord. In 1 Samuel 16 verse 13, the guy was a shepherd, forgotten in the wilderness. When Samuel showed up, they didn't even consider him worthy. Meanwhile, there were the Eliabs who had stature that look like a king. See, that you look like a king does not mean you are one. This is a generation where all our glory is in our bodies. People do operation to change their body shape. Others sleep in the gym to look in a certain way. If it's for health, good for you. But never make the mistake of thinking a chest can add any value to you. Most, they can't even button their shirts. They move around all over. Listen, I know the health value of exercise. I'm not against it. But never make the mistake of thinking your body is value. If you look at a woman, she has 4 levels of development. The first level is as a gear, and the power of a gear is her body. That's puberty. But the moment a woman grows from the level of a gear, she becomes a lady. Her power is her mind. Then a woman grows from a lady to a wife. Her power is ordinance. You don't become a wife because you are married. You are a wife to be found. There are many ladies, they are no wives. Because they can't respect the ordinance of the kingdom. Wives, submit to your husband. So if you can't find a man you will submit to, you may be a lady all your life. And then you grow to become a mother. The power of a mother is sacrifice. She lives to raise kings. She lives to raise prophets. She can always substitute herself for her children. That's a mother. So if you live for body, you are the lowest level of human existence. Can I tell you about a man? The growth level of a man is as a boy. The glory of a boy is his strength. He discovers muscles are coming out. But there are many boys who never grew. There are many women that never grew. So you look at the street, you find them naked everywhere. They are still at the level of puberty. It's their body that is their glory. They've not grown. When you grow from a boy, you become a young man. The power of a young man is the word of the Lord in him. I write unto you, young men, because you are strong, and the word of the Lord. So you have migrated from just strength to the word of the Lord abides in you, and on the strength of that you have overcome the evil one. Then you become a husband. The glory of a husband is the capacity to love. Husbands, love your wife as Christ loved the church. And then you become a father. I write unto you, fathers, because you have known him that is from the beginning. You are a father based on your spiritual maturity and ranking, where you stand with God. You have mileage in the spirit, so you can talk from heaven. You can represent God on earth, and on the strength of that you can give rise to offsprings. And you don't just give birth to offspring, you can give them spiritual inheritance. That's a father. But guess what? We have boys and gears dominating our world. That's one of the biggest challenges we have today. People who don't mature. But God is opening your eye tonight. There is a quick work happening in you tonight. So the first operation of the Spirit of the Lord is the installation of the kingly unction. My horn hast thou exalted as the horn of the unicorn. You have anointed me with a fresh oil. Psalm 92 verse 10. Kingship. Number 2, when the Spirit of the Lord is at work, is empowerment for victory. Judges 14 verse 5 to 6. Then went down Samson and his father and his mother to Timnath, and came to the vineyard of Timnath, and behold, a young lion roared against him, and the Spirit of the Lord came mightily upon him, and he rent as it would have rent a kid, tore the lion apart like he was dealing with a young lamb. When the Spirit of the Lord is upon a man, the biggest opposition that people should quake, you confront it as if it's nothing. Mountains become like moles. That's why you need it. Some of us have great destinies, but the weight of the destiny has overwhelmed us. Some of us have great visions, but the weight of the vision has overwhelmed us. So we make a mountain out of moles. But those who carry the Spirit of the Lord, they make moles out of mountains. A lion should be dreaded, but not when the Spirit of the Lord is upon you. He tore it apart like a young lamb. That's what's coming on someone tonight. The conference, God's servant said, prophetic decrees are not cliches. This is not an attempt to shuffle titles. This is what God is doing for you in this season. He's raising kings. He's raising men that can confront opposition and disarm it. By the Spirit of the Lord, Samson tore a lion apart. See, you will tear lions apart from today. Number 3, what happens when the Spirit of the Lord is upon a man? It provokes transformation. You see that God begins to shift your growth process in an accelerated manner. People saw you last year, and based on their calculation of the economy of the location, by this year you should have become like this, and then you go off their range. Last year you gathered 150,000. So this year, no matter how you try, maybe 200,000. Then this year, January, you have 1 billion. And how? It's out of scale. You will still learning the ABCs of the gospel. 2 years ago, they come back 2 years later, you are leading a revival. And they are wondering, how did you learn God? How did you transform? It's a technology. When the Spirit of the Lord comes upon you, it orchestrates transformation. 2 Corinthians 3:18, we all with unveiled face, beholding as in a glass the glory of the Lord, he said we are changed from one level of glory to another. How? Even as by the Spirit. Because the Spirit of the Lord occasions speed. Oh my God. You came to this meeting, you have been in ministry for 12 years, nothing to show. You see what happens by December. Then you will know that we are not lecturers. We didn't come here to wow you. We didn't come here to fascinate you. We are not talking by human intelligence. We talk by His Spirit. And I prophesy over someone, multiple layers of transformation. Number 4, please sit down. Number 4, the Spirit of the Lord occasions speed. 1 Kings 18:46. And the hand of God was upon Elijah, and he outran the chariots of Ahab, even unto the gates of Jezreel. Those who looked at you and tried to predict your destiny, they will miss 1,000 times. You know, the Bible speaks of an abomination upon the face of the earth. It says princes are trekking, beggars are riding on horses. When the Spirit of the Lord comes upon you, that abomination is corrected. Because you won't just run with men, you will outrun kings. The people that have all the advantage. Oh, you were with them in school. Their father were senators. Their mothers were this and that. Oh, you were with them in ministry. They have read 1,000 books. Oh, you entered business with them. They have all the connection. Thank God for all of that. But when the hand of God comes, a realm beyond human connection opens. A realm beyond human thought opens. He said the hand of God was upon Elijah. I prophesy over someone. Before you walk out of this hall, the hand of God shall come upon you. Woe to him that putteth his trust in the arm of flesh. Why hold on to the arm of a man when the everlasting arm of God is available? The grace to function by the Spirit of the Lord, it rests upon you now. Number 5, the Spirit of the Lord engenders judgment. When you see the Spirit of God at work, in the order of the Spirit of the Lord, judgment has come. He said in Exodus 3:20, I will stretch forth my hand. I will stretch forth my hand and smite Egypt with all my wonders that I will do in the midst thereof. And after that, Pharaoh will let you go. They ganged up against you in the office. There's nobody to call. You scroll through your phone book, no name there to make a difference. They took your name to a shrine, nailed it to a tree, and say you'll be stunted, nobody to reach. And then suddenly, I will stretch forth my hand. I will stretch forth my hand. And you know, when that project is completed, the phrase is that the Egyptians you saw yesterday, you will see them no more. I don't know who I'm talking to, but every camp that needs to scatter for you, every gathering that needs to scatter for you, every installation that needs to scatter for you, I stand here connected in faith with God's servant, and by the apostolic spirit I decree judgment in the name of Jesus. I don't have time. How do you provoke the Spirit of the Lord? Remember, this Spirit comes to make you function as a king. Christ has made you a king. It will take the Spirit of the Lord for you to function as one. This Spirit comes to give you speed. This Spirit comes to empower you for victory. This Spirit comes to release judgment upon anything that tries to hinder your progress. He said, to try to frustrate a man on his own course, he said, the Lord approved not. To subvert a man. Some of you would have done very well, but there are wise men in darkness. There are systemic forces filled with evil that have sworn that you will not go anywhere. That's why you are like a man standing in the mud. The more you struggle, the more you sink. A hand you know not of will lift you tonight. It's not everybody that is lazy. Some of the failures you see today are more intelligent and more hardworking than the people you see on top. They don't just know how to overcome the mysteries holding them back. And God sent me for you. I don't have time to share testimonies, but I said God sent me for you. God sent me for you. Beyond your pedigree, may your result rise up. I've stood where I have no credentials to stand. I've received things that I have no right to receive. I've gone to places that I have no connection to enter. But I know there's always a gap in every great destiny. Only God occupies that gap. The gap in your destiny